This week, we named our gig. I've been describing this business for years and never landed on it in one phrase. AI installation, operating systems, removing the bottleneck, founder-led business architecture. All true, but none of them what we actually do. Here is what we actually do. We install self-managed teams. That's the gig. Everything else is just a mechanism. And a self-managed team is a team that runs without the founder in the room, where decisions get made at the right level, where ownership lives, where the work lives, where the founder stops being the router for every single problem. That's the outcome, and that is what we sell. And the reason I never said it that plainly before is I was busy describing the tools, the Roland CRM, the doctrines, the wraps, the sprints. None of those are the product. They're how it gets installed. The product is the team that runs itself. Naming it this week changed what the whole offer needs to look like. Here's what fell into place. Jetpack is the on-ramp. 6 weeks, 1 purchase. Inside it, the founder gets the operating install. 3 leaders get FLS, the Future Leader Sprint, that builds the operating reflex inside the team. Everyone gets the book, You Get Paid What You're Worth, which gives the team and the founder the same language for the shift that's happening. And every leader takes the quiz, which gives us a baseline we measure the lift against 6 weeks later. So at the end of Jetpack, 6 weeks in, the founder has a team that started running itself, with measurable lift on 3 leaders, with shared language in the room, and with the operating cadence already in their week. That's what we sell. And until this week, I'd never said it like that. The reason this matters isn't the bundle, it's the category. Most founder-led businesses don't have a delegation problem. They have a delegation problem disguised as a leadership problem, disguised as a culture problem, disguised as a hiring problem. It's the same problem, named differently in 3 different rooms. The founder thinks they need a better COO. The leader thinks they need more autonomy. The team thinks they need clearer direction. They're all describing the same gap. The gap is that the team isn't self-managed. And until someone names that as a category, nobody is solving for it directly. So that's what we're doing now. Here's the thing. I want any founder watching this to take away. If decisions still route back to you, your team isn't self-managed. If your leaders own task lists instead of outcomes, your team isn't self-managed. If the only person who knows what matters most this quarter is you, your team isn't self-managed. That's not a personal failing, that's an architectural one. Teams don't become self-managed by hoping. They become self-managed by installation. Roles, loops, ownership, signal, rhythm. Those are installable. They're not personality traits. And once you see your business that way, as a team that's either is or isn't self-managed, every other problem you've been chasing starts to look like a symptom. What's still open? We're rebuilding the public funnel around founders assessing their teams, not leaders assessing themselves. The diagnostic at the front of the site needs to rework under that frame. So does the way we run our ads. Ryan starts next week on the campaign. Ira starts next week on the page. We'll also need to update the doctrines underneath the business and to name self-managed teams as the outcome explicitly. They imply it now, they should say it. Next build. The first Jetpack sold under the new positioning. I want to see what changes in that conversation when we walk in and say it's a self-managed team install, not founder coaching engagement. That's a different conversation. And the conversation is the test. So stay close and watch what we're building.